Hello there and welcome back. Since my last video on mining on Spacebourne 2, I noticed that there isn't actually any tutorial videos that specifically focus on mining for Wolfram, which is actually one of the most valuable ores in the game at the moment. There might be others, but I haven't actually seen them yet. But if you want to make millions in a relatively short space of time, then this is how you're going to do it. Now, just a quick side note before we continue. This tutorial assumes that you already have a mining ship and access to the miners guild, which obviously you need in order to buy a mining ship in the first place. So let's start off by going into the services menu to show you something that's very important to this money making method. Let's go into the reactor subsystem, or sub-menu even. And when you first buy your mining ship, you're not going to have this subsystem called reactor systems. This gives you access to the tunneler, which burrows into the asteroid to reveal the goodies inside, so that's obviously going to be very crucial. You can buy these from the mining stations where you get access to the mining guild to just go through into the market area. They shouldn't cost much, running about 50,000. You should only have access to the level 1 ones when you first start, so don't be too worried about that. But yeah, once you have that, that'll be in this little window here, so just left click on it and it'll install itself. But next we obviously need an asteroid field, so let's go to this one here.
Landing gear retracted.
And I will see you once we're at the asteroid field. But we've arrived in the asteroid field, and now we need to find ourselves an asteroid with Wolfram in it. There we go, we've found some at last. It might take 5 or 10 minutes, but you will eventually find one. If we have a little look around the asteroid, you'll notice that you're not going to see any of the colours on the asteroid that you normally would. That's because the Wolfram is inside the asteroid. So ideally what you want to do is position yourself on the bright side of the asteroid facing the sun so you can actually see where you're going. Then you want to hit the number 4 to launch the reactor. And press L to activate your lights. Now this is already selected on the tunnel for me, but if it isn't, just scroll the middle mouse button and it'll change between the tools you have. Scroll up, I believe it is. I have rebound mine to Z, but by default for you it should be middle mouse button, but the middle mouse button doesn't seem to be registering in this game at the moment, so I would definitely recommend rebinding it. So once you've found an asteroid, position yourself on the bright side like I said, and then press the Z button. And then it'll create a little tunnel on the asteroid like this, which your little reactor can go inside, and now you can see the Wolfram right there. So let's mine that up. You can start mining by pressing the left mouse button, and then you might have to hold it down for a little bit, and then press on the right mouse button to activate the collector. So I will see you once I have a couple of stacks of this stuff. Okay, so now we have our 2 full stacks of Wolfram. Before we head back, you might want to get rid of any stone that you have, because that's just taking up cargo space. As you can see, it's worth 8,200 a piece, so for 2 full stacks it should get a decent amount of money. So let's head back and I'll show you how to sell up. Okay, so now that we're back in the main hub area of the station, I believe you can do this at most of the main space stations. You're going to want to come over to any of the component terminals. We're just going to come over to this one because it's closer. And we're going to go into sell and sell all. Currently we're at 917,000. After selling, we are going to get, hang on, let's just make sure we don't sell anything when you want to keep. So just make sure we're only selling the ores. And we get 1.83 million now. So that's a really big chunk of change. It is also important to consider the station tax that you'll have to factor in, and also the guild fee as well. Yeah, station tax is quite extortionate at the moment, I think. Hopefully that'll be maybe adjusted a little bit in the future. But with the amount that you'll be making from mining Wolfram, you're getting taken back a couple of sats at a time, the station tax is not really going to matter all that much in the long run. So yeah, like I said, you can make millions of credits in a fairly short space of time with very little skill involved. If you remember, we started off at about 900,000, we're now up to 1.8 million. With that being said, I do hope you found this tutorial useful. If you did, please do consider subscribing and hit the like button too, because it really does help the channel grow. And if you'd like to see any other kinds of tutorials for Spacebourne 2, please also let me know in the comments below. I know there's been a request for bounty hunting videos, so I'll try and get to that at some point. Now all that's left for me to say is thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.